Greetings and welcome to Event Horizon, presentation number 7. So first off, I think we should talk about who are they. We all refer to they. Basically, it is the with a Y chromosome on the end. The evil side, because the is the study of theology, the study of source, the study of us. All they've done is turned it into a male only malevolent version. So that's who they are. They go by many names, as I said on the previous video. So Phoenicians is one of them, hence all the watery themes to things, cash flows, banks and so on, and going in the dock in a court. The other bit, because of uploading the last video and the Wi-Fi was on, because they take ages to upload, got a phone call, but I didn't get annoyed. It was a wonderful experience because I thought, I'll get up, I'll have a cigarette, go and have a drink, because I was a bit thirsty. And the new dawn came, the birds started to sing. It was a wonderful, almost like a meditation. And this video basically came out fully formed. I think by now, by popular census amongst a lot of you, you're referring to me as Gandalf. Thanks for that, because I'm going to have to duck every time I go in a hobbit house, aren't I? I must remember to duck, otherwise I'm going to keep banging my head. But I can be anything you want to be. Who am I? I am. It's a prefix. You can add anything you want onto it. I've been called every name under the sun. Even this vessel, in its 53 years, has been called quite a few names. Some of them not quite so pleasant, some of them complimentary. But it is a case of you'll see what you want to see, and it will resonate and so on. There's the Psychops and there's the Cyclops. The Cyclops is the third eye. It's not just seeing, it's more than even the five senses. You have a feeling for something, something will resonate. So there's your hearing. You'll get a taste for something. What's the other sense I've missed? The touch, the hearing, the sight, the sound, and the taste. And yeah, you're like the flavour of particular YouTube channels, whatever feels right to you. That's the way it goes. Oh, before I forget as well, I mentioned in the description of the last video, number 6, about Roseanne Freeman channel, new channel. Now, the saying about, is there a fate worse than death? Well, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it and steal her thunder. She'll be making a video very soon about this and what that actually is. So I'll leave that, and you'll have to go to her channel to listen to what she says, because she's one that speaks from the heart anyway. But basically, her channel, Roseanne, it's ROSEANNE and then Freeman. Just put that in on a search, like and subscribe if you like the way what she's communicating. She's got some original ideas, some original thoughts, and they are worth listening to. It's a new channel, so I'm giving her a plug, because you'll miss out. It's nothing to do with the size of the channels. I mean, we all know that the numbers, the subscriptions and things are manipulated, and many is better than just a few, because you raise anybody on a pedestal and you make them a target, and we don't want that. Strength in numbers, for the safety of all of us, as it were. So yeah, I'm an actor. I can be anything you want me to be, really. I can play any part you want. It's up to you. I got them. Oh, I got the most wonderful compliment. I was called a loon on the last in response to the last video. So how do I respond to that? Do I get annoyed? No. I take that as a compliment. And the only loon I know is Claire de Lune, the moon, and it's a bright light. They might say I'm a loon and might think what I'm saying is crazy, but if it gives them a good laugh, then my work is done there, because I've brought them a bit of happiness. Maybe sort of they're laughing at me, but I'm not bothered what people think of me. I'm speaking what I say and what I feel and what I think needs sharing with everybody else. Are we to live in fear of what others think of us? No. This is our time to shine, to be true to ourselves, basically. So maybe learning to play the Sonata Quasi Una Fantasia Part 2, first movement, the Moonlight Sonata, did affect me. But hey, maybe I'll get called crazy next time, but think of the crazy paving. The cracks are beginning to appear. And I know how the land lies anyway, as many of you do as well. It's become very apparent. It's one of those things, once you see it, you can't unsee it with any of these things. So that's the way it is. Whether people want to think that any of us that are speaking from the heart are just babbling, well, that's down to them. Everybody has an equal chance to do the inner work. There's no singular being. We can all lead by example in what we say, what we think, and how we act, and it will resonate with some. Like I said on, I think it was the end of video 5, love you all, but we don't have to like each other. But that's the thing with the benevolence. There's plenty of cases where you've got siblings who really don't get on and they clash, but if they were to be attacked from somebody from outside that family, they would come together and defend each other, whether it be physical, verbal, or whatever. That's how it is. But because for every level, whether it be in the physical, in the mind, or the soul, there's always an equivalent in the other two anyway. And let's just say 2 out of 3 ain't bad with these things sometimes. That I'm going to leave to Roseanne to explain, because that's her baby. It's wonderful what is becoming an apparent, and you think what I've said so far is crazy. Well, just keep watching, because it's only going to get crazier and crazier, because it's a game of chess. The things that are being done and the madness that is being played out, that people are falling for and unknowingly going along with, is keeping this going. It's frightened of your own shadows, as it were. But you've all got an equal opportunity to work your way out through this. How are we up to now here? What are we up to? 3:36. I want to make this a short one, really, and save some more bits over for another video for number 8. The nose is still running. There is something in the air. There's something they've put in those chemtrails for definite. A lot of you are noticing as well that the leaves are going brown on hedges, and they're not brittle. They're almost like the texture of paper. There's something very odd with things. Okay, in Scotland it's a cooler climate anyway, so spring and growth comes later, but just observe nature, because it's a wonderful teacher. I see out the window, for example, we've got ravens and we've got seagulls. They're all nesting. Now, they have these little squabbles and differences, but you don't get a situation where all the seagulls or all the ravens go to war with each other. It's settled there and then, and they live quite harmoniously on the whole. And what a brilliant teacher nature is to humanity, if humanity would only just look at it and see that for what it is. But there are so many distractions that are thrown at us all the time, and you got to stay true to your path, stay true to yourself. That's the place to be. That's the best advice I can give, really. There's no one size fits all with any of this. You've all got individual, very different circumstances in this 3D world, and it is up to all of you to do the inner work and just go with your gut feeling on things, I think is the best way to say it. But anyway, from this crazy one, from this loon, and why not? I'm quite happy with that. I'm taking that as a compliment. Um, I'm not going to be drawn into things like that, and there's no more to be said on it. So I find it all quite amusing. As I'm seeing a laugh a minute outside, um, we had an episode with two WPCs turned up in a public place, and I thought, hello, they're not here for just no reason. And then next thing, there's this young lad, and he said, he's walking away from them, and they're saying stand still, and he says, well, you keep coming near me, you're not social distancing, because he's fed into the fear. And I thought that was ironically funny in a way that well, talk about not practicing what they preach. Why is it the police are not wearing masks? Why are they not social distancing? Why are the politicians not social distancing? That is quite revealing, because actions reveal. um, so it's worth watching the body language of these politicians, the ones standing behind them, and how jittery they are getting. So it's all good, still smiling, and we'll continue to smile. Or let's put it another way, a line from, I can't even remember which song it is, from by Pink Floyd. I know that I'm mad. I've always been mad. I've been mad for effing years. But I'm happy. I'm happy in myself. And that's what really counts at the end of the day, as long as you feel happy in yourself and you're not causing harm to anybody else. Anyway, I'll leave that there and say ta-ta for now.